Mommy, am I pretty?
No, you are not pretty. You are not beautiful. You are luminous as the sun. The 100 billion stars in the Milky Way cannot compete to the phenomena shown through your blissfully innocent expressions. Perseverance is in your heart. You are the revolving magnetic field. All life gravitates and orbits around you, hoping to entertain your attention. Magic. It radiates through your laughter. It's a joyous combustion, a constant explosion, a thunderous plasmatic ecstasy. Your happiness, it feeds my soul. You rise every day and light up those near you with your compassion, understanding, and grace. The living thrive in your presence. Be valiant, baby girl. Grasp that true beauty is not measured through comparison of others. It is not a mathematical equation that can be taught through magazines or social media outlets. Realize that physical appearance fades and you are timeless in a society driven by rapid fads. Your integrity and self-worth will burn bright. Explore in your great beyond throughout life. Challenge and take positive risks. Use your imagination. Never limit yourself to other people's standards or criteria. Society will be envious of the power you exuberate. Don't let their gloom cloud your spirits, for they do not know that beauty is more than flesh on face and body. And don't forget, I give my life to you, my everlasting purpose, my greatest success. For I put the stars in your eyes, the moon in your heart. I will love you forever. So no, baby, you are not pretty. You are above it.
There is a woman dug beneath the rubble. This male body. She pushes against my male pelvis, her coffin door, to rise from this grave every morning. She tickles the tongue, avidly finding ways to snicker or howl her way out of me. My father doesn't know I'm his daughter, too. He doesn't know how this single woman has built a whole colony in me. This woman wants my father to see all of the tiny women that she's prepared for war, even at the expense of all of them dying unseen. She is a herbologist teacher that pulls trees from seeds and boils herbs that cure ineptitude. She is a soldier that trains a woman in me to carry guns and arms instead of men. She is wide-eyed, thick, brown, and big-lipped, the tones of mestizaje. And I remember running around in circles as a kid, chasing my own shadows. I would see her through my peripheries, sitting at her temple, wings tucked in, while all of the tiny woman in me prayed to uphold my uterus in the air as if it were a god in need of holding. They would tuck prayers into my womb to keep it alive. They would submerge me under ocean water during endless, gender dysphoric and body dysmorphic nights. These women, they trail the streets singing, candles lit, scripts unfurled, and always clutch me when I fall out of my skin. And that's when I understood that I was the mother deity I sought to be. I soared down from the furthest sun. I held a mirror to my face, and this landscape of tired rubble didn't suit the moon queen I was, so I held a razor in claw, shaved feverishly to deny man the power that had caged me. My beak opened roar. I wore red blood lipstick, rewrote Bibles, and honored all of my tiny woman with crown pieces. And then I saw it. I walked into my temple, and all of the tiny woman in me had a chalk in hand against blackboard, and they had solved the mystery of how I got stuck in this body and how the hell I'm going to tell my father I'm his daughter too.
La dieta pendeja. Every season there's a new gimmick. ¿Y ahora qué se te ocurre? Nada nuevo, pero estos pantalones me tienen que entrar, cerrar y dejarme respirar. I dream of pantalones with built-in fajas, secret slimmer shapeshifter pantalones that will contain everything in. Is this too much to ask? A faja in my pantalones that will ease the back pain, that will offer support, menstrual pain comfort, lifting boxes like nada pasa. Ya saben lo necesario. Casi como un rebozo tied to my hips. I dream of built-in fajas in my pantalones. ¿Quieres fajas o quieres faja? Que te rebaje la lonja, que te rebaje las penas, porque esas parecen penas. I just want a faja that is not too painful, the kind that won't make me skip meals, the kind that will let me breathe. Pinches fajas que se traen conmigo. Fájame bien, pero no me mates, faja. Fájame bien, pero no me restrinjas. Fájame bien, pero no me quites lo que más anhelo. Fájame, pero sin las dietas pendejas.
Favorite Shapes for Jose Montoya, David Henderson, and Pedro Pietri, and the first poetry reading I ever attended, autumn 1973. I wallowed in a needle-spawned world, addicted to dope and the crazy life, and yet there I was in Berkeley for my first poetry reading. I was 18 with a bullet, as they say. Earlier, I had flown on a plane for the first time. Sure, I've survived half a dozen gun assaults, cops knocking me around, ODs, blades to my neck in jail cells, homelessness in dank streets, and beatdowns in barrio brawls. But flying, that scared me to death. I sat there in a crowded cafe not knowing what to expect. Poetry? I never heard this before. Oh, I had written lines, vignettes, images, fears, thoughts. I didn't know they were poems. I had no idea what a poem was. First up on the mic was Jose Montoya with Chicano prayers of old pachucos and strained loves and guitar solos in Indian hands and cornflower. Then David Henderson took the stage, gleaning urban black streets, racial stares, Black Panther fury, and Southern cooking. Finally, Pedro Pietri came up, Neo-Rican wordmeister, flashing at various experiences with poems located in phone booths and real-life wisdoms that made us laugh and shake our heads. I had never heard words spoken this way, more music than talk, more fevered shapes than sentences, more Che and Malcolm than Shakespeare. These poems came for me, lassoed my throat, demanded my life savings, taking me for a sunset ride. These poems were graffiti scrawls along the alleys and trash-strewn tunnels of my body, the metaphoric methadone for the heroin hurling through my bloodstream, the lifeline I already had inside and didn't know. These poems were pool sticks, darkened gangways, a swirl of sunrise after the graveyard shift, a blood-black yelling behind torn curtains, a child shrieking and nobody coming to help. They were a woman sent after a night of lovemaking, a sweet touch of hand to face, cascades of hair on a pillow, a moan during an elongated kiss. These poems were shadowed intense, startled doubts, sorrows without grief, the moon without sky, unknown melodies, the falling inside that happens when you push razor onto wrists. They came for me as I sank into my suicide, while fidgeting in a chair, inching under the skin as I wondered why I even came. Jose, David, and Pedro. I was never the same after this. They came for me and I've never let go. They came for me and I've perspired poems ever since. They came for me and all my addictions, my sorry-ass lies, my falling mask, my pissed-off wives, neglected children, angry friends, and back-to-back failures could never ever take them away.